Hertfordshire County Council has been Tory-run for the last 10 years. Hertfordshire Liberal Democrats have been listening to what you have been telling us on the doorstep, and we believe we have 6 to fix.
Hertfordshire County Council has some of the worst roads in the country. It's the #1 issue raised by residents on the doorstep. Just look at them. This is why we need to fix one.
I think the roads locally are disgusting.
On the whole, I do notice a lot more potholes and dips and bumps in the roads, particularly the local side roads as well, which I don't think get a lot of attention.
I'm a motorcyclist sometimes, and when I go out it's very dangerous because of the depth of some of these potholes.
I've lived in St Albans for 20 odd years. The roads have got worse and worse every year.
They should be better maintained. After all, we pay enough council tax.
As Liberal Democrats, we recognise the failure of the Conservative administration after 10 years to deal with our potholes and our road repairs is a disaster. We put extra money into these schemes. We'd also deal with it differently. We'd ensure there was local accountability through local county councillors, ensuring that each road were treated as required by residents.
Over 1,500 children did not get a school place of their choice this year. This school was full. Hertfordshire County Council has not learnt its lesson on school places. That is why we need to fix 2.
I've got 3 children and I found it very difficult in getting them into the schools that they prefer.
They're always full up. There's never enough capacity for people to have choice to move people from school to school.
I have heard of secondary school problems, especially people who live very close to their chosen school and not getting it.
Friends of mine have to walk their children past their local school to another school further away so that they can get a place.
Liberal Democrats have been warning Hertfordshire County Council for years about the under-provision of primary places. 5 years ago we campaigned against the closure of primary schools here in Watford because we believed the places would be needed. And colleagues in St Albans said the same 2 years ago. But unfortunately the County Council had suddenly at short notice to find 90 extra places. And surprise, surprise, this year, here in Watford, we are 90 places short as well. So they've had to provide 6 extra classrooms in 3 primary schools, but they're only temporary. And temporary classrooms are just a sticking plaster for a major problem. Our children need and deserve proper school places.
I was shocked when I started to hear of cases throughout the county of elderly and vulnerable people being left without proper care. We heard of carers not turning up, carers turning up late, and indeed of internal mess and muddle within the new care providers themselves. These are the care providers that the County Council hired in April last year.
Oh, last year it was terrible. They didn't even get messages that we sent to them, and sometimes I had 2 carers come because they hadn't been told that we didn't want one. But one day I had one come last year, 3:30 in the afternoon, to put me to bed. Well, I didn't want to get to bed at 3:30.
We're really grateful to all the residents and carers who contacted us telling us of their problems, and to the BBC who showed the, in many cases, appalling neglect so graphically on the Panorama programme recently. Sadly, we've been met by a wall of complacency at County Hall. Only the Liberal Democrats recognise that this problem has not gone away, and we would set up a single point of contact for all these issues so that they can be dealt with much more speedily and effectively than they have been in the past.
Residents tell us on the doorstep that they're fed up with young people hanging around. Young people tell us that the board fed up and have nothing to do. That's why we have Fix 4.
The difficulty with the County Council is that it once used to provide a very good youth service. Now it has backed off completely and provides no youth service.
I come from over in South Oxley and, you know, there's not for the kids. They're just hanging around on the streets, you know, and if something's put out there for them, they will do it.
And you just get kids on street corners going into pubs because it's the only place they can meet. You need to have places where kids can meet and meet safely.
Hertfordshire County Council don't appear to understand the needs of young people. Their obsession with targets and learning outcomes mean that our young people are not getting what they're asking for, which is somewhere safe to go and something positive to do. Liberal Democrats would bring most of the remit of the youth service back into the responsibility of the districts. This would mean we could coordinate with leisure services and ensure far more opportunities for all our young people.
We wish that all children could be brought up in a caring environment, but sometimes that doesn't happen and the County Council has to step in. The County Council has been failing in this role. What we need is experienced social workers who ensure that no child slips through the net. That is why we need Fix 5. The amount charged by the County Council in council tax has almost doubled in the last 10 years. There is money wasted on self-publicity and by inefficiencies. That is why we need Fix 6.
I've really realised that the council tax has been flying up and I don't see anything coming back from it.
It's amazing how they take all this money from us, yet we get less and less services.
As someone that's out of work at the moment, it's putting even more pressure on my monthly finances.
Well, obviously I don't like it. Being a pensioner, it comes out of my pocket, doesn't it?
If you're on a fixed income, where are you going to get the rise that the County Council pushed through your letterbox? A double rate rise.
And it's clearly not value for money, because you just look at all the things that they do badly and when it's not getting what we're paying for.
The Liberal Democrats are the only party in this election which is proposing a freeze in council tax. We intend to fund this by cutting waste, bureaucracy and inefficiency, and in particular the county's massive self-publicity budget. This is a council which sometimes issues a press release every hour. We believe that this is money wasted, money which should be spent on you in freezing council tax and in providing better services.
Your Lib Dems are working hard to fix the things that you tell us need fixing. On June the 4th, you'll have your opportunity to help make the difference by voting for your Liberal Democrat candidates in the county elections.